Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to jump on and check some prices for a moneymaker I probably did a couple of months ago with the hype up to like the 110 skills being announced. Now, once the 110 skills had been announced, and I believe this was after 110 mining, the crafting hides in supplies absolutely spiked to the point where it was making crazy GP and just by you tanning hides, whether that was with a portable crafter or with the actual spell itself. Now, it seems after a little period of prices settling down and it's still being pretty good money but not as good money, these prices on all these hides seem to have been absolutely spiked and they are going for crazy amounts of profit. Now the downside with tanning hides, unless you're doing the magic spell which is going to require the Lunar quest as well as some livid farm points, you are not going to get any XP for tanning hides on a portable crafter. But what you need to look at this is that if you could do a couple of hours of tanning hides on a portable crafter, are you going to be able to afford some more expensive ways to train your skills up and make more profit with those later on? Sometimes it's worth taking the hit on not getting XP with some skills to make more GP to then spend GP on skills to get it at a faster rate. I hope that made sense because that was a lot of words and a lot of explaining. But what we're going to do is jump into each of the hides, check the prices, both with the portable crafter as well as the spell as well, just to make sure this video is enough value. And you guys can take enough away with it. Might squeeze another little random moneymaker in at the end. So make sure you guys stick to that just because it's one of the easiest ways for you to make roughly 5 to 6 mil per day. And it will pay your membership or pay for some form of skill when a double XP comes up as well. Now, if you are brand new to the channel, please make sure that subscription button. We are flying through January and flying up in those numbers as well. And please like the video if you are enjoying it. It really does help me to be seen by more people during this January time. But let's get started and get jumping onto it straight away. Now, the one which seems to be making the most profit currently is the Royal Dragon Hide. So basically all we need to do, and again, this is one of the most simple money makers you can do, buy a Royal Dragon Hide so we can test out the price. Now, a very important thing to do with hides especially is to test the margin. Because as you can see, that didn't buy for 7k. And sometimes it's not worth buying for the price it instantly buys for. It's worth buying for a lower price, save some money, and then also go and do something else in the meantime as well. You don't always have to instantly buy stuff and do it straight away. Sometimes it's cheaper for you to buy it over a long period of time and get it for a cheaper price. It's just another way of making money is to buy stuff for a good rate. So as you can see here, if we were impatient and decided, no, I need to go and tan these royal hides and make profit, you're going to pay 5,000 coins for a Royal Dragon Hide. If you waited, went and gone and done a Slayer task, a farm run, more stuff to put into your GP pot and bought for 2.3k, you've basically saved yourself over 2.6k profit just by buying for that price. So as you can see from there, that is the price we would like to buy for, 2.3k. And I believe for a Royal Dragon Hide, it's going to cost you 20 GP on a porter to turn that into a leather. Now what we do there is we go and price check the price of a Royal Dragon Hide leather. And if that is acceptable, that is going to be what our base profit is going to be. Now, I'm going to sell it as well just so we can check margins and stuff and go from there. Now, something you can do on top of this, again, I like to do these videos live for the fact that we can add little money makers on the top as well. If you wanted to tan your leathers and then craft your leathers afterwards, crafting these into a Royal Dragon Hide top is going to make you profit as well. You're going to need 3 of these. So if we just say they're 3k each, a Royal Dragon Hide top normally makes you a pretty decent chunk of money. So you're going to be 9,000 coins there. And if you throw it in something like an auto alka, you'll make a lot more. I think it outs at like 11k. Let's see if we can examine it. No, we can't. So yeah, that's a good way to make some profits as well. But back to what the point of the video was. So in terms of this, we're going to turn 2.328k into just under 3,000 coins. Basically, we're going to make something like 630 GP for that. So if we use a Grand Exchange as a little mini calculator, we're going to do 630 GP. Roughly, if you're on point with your presets and tanning the hides, you are going to make 40,000 hides per hour, which as you see is going to be a considerable chunk of money. And that is pure profit as well. So you do have to take something like 800k off for tanning the hides and what cost that's going to equate to. But again, as you can see, it really isn't a lot. Even if you do something like 35k, which I always take a little bit off what the wiki says because I'm not going to pay attention for a full hour. I cannot physically do it. I have to watch something on the side, which means my attention will be dragged further away. But as you can see, there is pure profit in doing the dragon leathers. Now, the next one is Black Dragon, and basically what we're going to do now you can see the basis of the method and what I've sort of like suggested. We'll go and price check a bit quicker, just so this video is not being dragged out longer than needed. But you'll find nowadays that the price of the other dragon hides are considerably cheaper than they used to be. I used to play in a day and age where Black Dragon leather, I'm pretty sure I did it for 120 crafting, where I was buying Black Dragon leathers for 3k each to turn them into either a shield or a body, but that's how I got most of my 120 crafting. I actually did Black Dragon leather. I didn't do gems because I was too cheap. But I did Dragon leather. It was decent XP, and it was it was really good XP. But it was a lot cheaper as well. So for this method, I would like to buy 1800 coins. Again, buy it for a longer period of time, buy it for a cheaper price, and you're going to sell for 2.2k. So yes, you're going to make less GP, roughly about 450. But again, if we look at our little calculator here, so we're going to make 450 GP each. If we do, again, we'll work off 35k per hour, because I think, again, not everyone's going to be absolutely on it. If you are and you can do 40k per hour, first of all, well done you. But you are a better player than I am, because I just can't do it. But 15.7k for simply tanning Black Dragon leather. And when it comes to leather tanning, if you're using a porter, you do not need a level. You can do this at any level you want. No crafting levels required, and you can just make this pure profit. Now, Red Dragon leather is a little funny. It is very much the one which is a little bit niche from the rest. Sometimes it'll make money, sometimes it won't. I always suggest price checking it, just for the simple fact, sometimes it can spike in price, and that's where you can benefit as well. Now, the Dragon hide is already double the price of what it should sell for. So this will be fun to see where this price is going to come in at. Just sell that. Because not a lot of people kill red dragons. Red dragon leather is very, like, not so much rare, but you just don't get a lot of it. Not a lot of people craft it, but as you see here, you can make profit with it. Pretty decent profits as well. 1.4k is actually mental. My only concern would be, would you be able to sell just as much of it as well? It seems a pretty decent flip, actually. The leather, 1.4k each, is pretty good. I just don't think enough people buy red dragon leather for you to be able to sell it, just because people would stick to blue dragon. There's battle staffs, there's gems. Not a lot of people will focus on these things as well. And then the blue dragon is going to come in at a price of 872. And again, that is so incredibly cheap for dragon hides. It's just mental, like, how crafting has changed over the years. Blue dragon hide used to be comfortably 2,000 coins each, and now a blue dragon hide is trading under 1,000 coins. It really is crazy, like, to see how the game has changed and adapted over these years, and crafting all these things into armor. Like, we've just bought a blue dragon leather for 1.1k, which you can turn that into a body, and I'm pretty sure a body goes for like 4.5 to 5k. Crafting is such good profit, but also processing as well. So in terms of the blue dragon hide, you're probably looking the best part of 230. That's the worst one we're going to do. And green, I wouldn't say is worth it. Again, if you're looking for a cheap one to get started, I'll probably jump in at blue. Maybe even black dragon as well. But royal, I would say, is the absolute best one. If you can get into royal, do royal, because people would buy it mainly because it's for high tier dragon hide. Red is worth doing, but just keep an eye on it, because it can be a little bit iffy as well. Now, if you do have the ability to go and do make leather, you're going to need level 83 mage and the ability to buy it from the livid farm. And it's going to cost you, for a full invo, the price of 2 bodies, 2 fires, 2 astrals. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll buy some blue. We'll buy a full invo blue, just to show you guys how it is. Right, so if we buy 20, there we go. So what the spell is good for is the fact that with 1 click and 1 click on that, it is going to do the full invo for no price at all. So rather than pay the price which the porter is going to make you do, you can actually do that, get a little bit of magic experience as well. All you're going to do is lose the price of basically the runes. But the good thing is, with an elemental battle staff, you just have to pay for the astrals and the body runes, and that's 1.8k. Because you're only doing a full invo with 1 spell, you just have to divide that by the amount of hides in, and you're probably going to be about the same price. Maybe you're going to spend a little bit more. I think with working off like an invo 30, which I know there's not going to be 30 spots, but for a price, you're looking about 60 GP each. So it's probably 3 times expensive, but as you can see with the margins there is scope and there is room for you to do that as well. Now, I did promise you guys as well a extra little money making method as well, and I'm going to be really quick because I don't like to drag these videos out, and I think we've spent quite a bit of time talking about these dragon hides in the bank. But if you are looking for an absolutely great way to make some profit, Infernus Pyroclast and turning that into Ultra Compost is one of the best ways for you to make some quick profits, and technically AFK profits, in the game. All you need to do is go to a compost bin. It can be any compost bin in the game, and you can take the noted info in this pyro class. And what you need to do is just dump 1,000 of this into your compost bin. Now, after 24 hours or after any gradual time as well, it's always turning the pyro class into compost. So you don't have to wait the full 24-hour period now. You can go and withdraw whatever, and it'll be at a certain point. And once you withdraw this ultra compost, you basically make 6k per ultra compost. And it's just basically really, really nice profit. So all I've done here is just gone to a compost bin, thrown the pyro class into the compost bin. And if I come back in sort of a day, I will have 1,000 ultra compost, which do currently have a grand exchange price. I was hoping I had some in the bank, but it turns out I don't. But an ultra compost is going to be 6.4k. We've probably spent about 800 GP to get this, so it's going to be 5.5k profit per day. Yes, it's going to be a little tedious 20 to 30 minutes because you're going to have to empty the compost bin and bank it with the leprechaun. But again, it's a really good way to make free GP to buy some skills, buy some XP, or look to put it towards your members. Now, if you watched any of my sort of bond series or earning my membership, you know that ultra compost is one of the ways I kind of bank half a bond. And just by doing that every day, because it makes pretty much 5 mil per day, pretty easy and pretty straightforward as well. So if you're looking for some way to do that as well, I would highly recommend it. But I'm going to finish that video there, a little bit longer, but I thought I'd throw that in as a little extra for you guys. I didn't know how long the dragon hides would take to run through, so I thought I'd include it just to give you guys a little bit of extra value for your day. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.